you will really need to connect to that physical part of self, to the human part of self. You will need to ground. You will need to understand everything that I said in this reading will be very important for you, for this collective. They're preparing you for something that will happen. I feel like before the end of the year, amazing upgrade, expansion of your consciousness, but you really have to understand how it works. So maybe you still are in the mindset of growing, as if as we grow we go up, we get better, we expand, right? And it's not true. It's constant movement. Yes, the more we descend, the more we contract, then we're able to go higher and expand further and further. But it's, again, it's a spiral of life. There is no better and worse. Again, it's just lighter and denser frequency, right? And I feel like you're going to understand that. There's going to be a bit of a confusion of the mind with the heart, I'm hearing. So that if all this reading resonated, you may want to watch my yesterday's reading video about upcoming energies of the full moon, because the full moon and the eclipse season will give us a beautiful energetical opportunity to find that inner balance, to balance that yin and yang, that masculine, feminine, the mind and the heart. So there may be that you're going to have to really work on that to really achieve that balance. And with that trust that we had here, I am hearing just trust. You just have to understand how things work, because you may go immediately into thinking, oh my God, I've been doing so much work. I've been feeling good. I've been feeling better. I thought I was getting better in this, game of life. And now this, where is this coming from? Just understand, again, the wheel is turning. What goes down goes up. You're going to achieve. I feel like it's such a beautiful reading today, and this collective, you're in a beautiful moment of life, and they are preparing you to fully achieve this synergy. It's all I've been talking about, to understand that being spiritual doesn't mean about constantly, whirl on and again linen pants and being up. It's going down, it's going up. It's just living life, experiencing life, and all this spectrum of densities, of emotions, of colors. It's just that we get better at it, and we like the challenge. It's the synergy of the mind and the heart, the feminine, the masculine, the 3D, the 5D, the eternal soul, and the temporary human body. This is really beautiful for... I feel like, again, it's the human ego, okay? It's the human ego. And I really see this a lot in people. This is why, it's... You know how I always highlight to you guys that the soul likes being a newbie, right? Because the soul comes here to learn. Because soul without a human body, soul is eternal, it's all-knowing, it's the universe, right? We're everything, right? There's no learning curve, right? It's something that the body can provide. It's an experience that the body can provide. The human ego, because of the conditioning, is designed to think that it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing that I'm new at this. It's a bad thing. And sometimes if you think about this, there are, for example, spiritual teachers or people online that love to start from, I've been doing this for 20 years, so what? So what? 20 human linear illusion of years? What are you talking about? Where are you gaining this information from? We all just connecting to the same source. What, right? Or people who start, listing their matrix diplomas and qualifications. We're all similarly qualified. We're all gods, right? Whatever is your specific talent, that you carry that wisdom in the remembrance of your body and the remembrance of your soul. So I feel that you may sometimes have those moments that when you go back, when they invite you to go back, to start something new, to revisit certain shadow, you feel, on some level, you feel a little bit of a failure. It's like, I've been doing this for X amount of years, and now again I have to revisit this. I thought I was You're never going to be done with any emotion. We're not here to be done. It's not done is not, we've talked about this. Done is not the purpose. Done is not the objective. It's exciting for the soul to constantly be embarking on a new journey. On a new journey. It's this, remember how it's this birth, right? It's this, you're constantly, as we contract, then expand, right? We go through this process as if we were, this is why they call it death and rebirth and that transformation. We constantly expand our consciousness and we expand our understanding of life and our universe, right? So you're in a womb and then you have to get out. You're ready to get out. That downloads, that ascension. Remember everything that I've mentioned, death and rebirth. So like that child, you feel like everything is ending, like it's darkest before the dawn. Oh my God, we're contracting. What is happening? This is painful. This is uncomfortable. And then you're born into a whole new world. And it's exciting. It's your new journey and so many things are happening. But you're not realizing that you're yet in another womb. Then the moment will come that yet again you will be forced to be pushed out of this whole new world to then go to another one and another one. And this is how we expand our consciousness, our human existence. So stop thinking that something new, revisiting something, feeling something again. You never feel something again. You never go to the same place again. It's impossible. In this linear simulation and illusion of time, it is impossible. If going back to that wound that we talked about, that betrayal, you may feel that you're going through this again, but you're not going through this again because you're not the person that you are. And the past it's something abstract as well, because past only exists in our minds, right? So when we go back, when we revisit, we always see these things differently. All we have truly is present. So release that thinking that, oh my God, again, get excited. Downtown. I'm going to be obsessed with this song now. Eight of Swords. Yeah. There's something that you're still not seeing, that you're still not understanding. I mentioned this in one of the previous collectives that I've done, that for a very long time we think that we're growing and we're releasing the ego and we're only upgrading our program. But it's fine, it's part of the journey, right? So you think like you're out because you were born. So you think like you're out in the world, the ultimate world, right? The ultimate truth. But then you just realize that you're in another room and in another room and in another room. Do you know what I mean? So it's really until you become the game, until you really embody the feeling that I am everything, right? That everything chose to experience life through an illusion of separation. You're constantly going to be, upgrading the program, but it's fine. There's a new world that they want to show to you. A world when you're going to have to be vulnerable. A world where you're going to have to release the concept of feeling down and depressed. It's not negative. It's not negative. There is no bad. It's just, again, I've mentioned this a lot recently, that it's hard for me to even freaking speak to you guys because certain words are pejorative when I say down and dance and dark, but don't think about this in a negative. It's just different. Again, there is no good and evil. It's just a different experience. And as humans, we have free will to choose what we prefer to experience. That's it. That's it. There is no ultimate good and evil. And we've been talking as well about romanticizing life, remember? So it's like they're wanting you to learn that. To really... there's something that's coming to my mind and oh my God, I don't want to go there. You really want to force me to go there. Like people... Okay, if you're still here, it means that you've expanded your consciousness. Sorry, enough to understand. I've recently saw this creator online. I follow her. She has a very positive account. She usually just like dances to like funky songs and, you know, being very authentic, being very herself. And she was responding to a comment. People, oh my God, you know. I mean, right? Yeah, we're all one and the same, but some parts of ourselves like really surprise me at the very core. Someone commented this nonsense comment, you know, how can you be dancing knowing what's going on in this world and knowing this is exactly the matrix. This is the dense, depressed frequency of a programmed mind that is making you think that if bad things are happening in this world, we cannot experience good things. We cannot experience joy because people don't really understand that it's just a game and there is no good and evil, right? That just is. So something happens out there. Unless you want to jump on a train or on a plane and go and actually help there, you being here and crying ain't gonna do nothing. It's gonna do quite opposite. You're gonna connect energetically to that density and expand it to the world and expand it in a place where good things are happening or where bad things are not happening, right? You're spreading that density like a virus. It is exactly through that, through joy, through dancing, through living our lives, that we raise that vibration collectively for the better of humanity, of the whole world. You being here in your house and crying because people suffer, it's a healer wound, it's projection, it's not empathy. And again, I love highlighting this to you guys that most people don't understand what empathy means. Empathy, it's just reading energy, feeling into, literally being able to connect to someone to a level so deep to feel what they feel. But how you react to that feeling says everything about you, not about this person. And in order to be a true empath, you have to get to know yourself to the very core. Because then you know that this is not your feeling and you only feel it to understand it, not to cry with this person. And I know it's something that unfortunately so many people, you know, don't understand. But I feel you will have to. You will have to. The people who truly remember the meaning of life are not people who dwell on the right. It's just is. It's just is. It's just is. We choose individually what we prefer to experience, not what in the sense that you're going to be, again, teleported to a better world. We've talked about this before in this reading, but you're going to experience what's happening. You're going to choose how you experience it, how you see it. They're wanting you to trust, to stabilize your energy. We've talked about this as well. One more. So no matter what happens in this world, in your world, in no matter what, that authentic vibration, the state of your inner being is unshakable. Ten of wands at the bottom of it. There may be a little bit of chaos coming towards you. I feel like, yeah, but it's again, get happy, get excited, get grateful. You know how wonderful it is if you think about this. Most people, truly 90%, they don't experience these things. They experience life from a different perspective, from a perspective of a program, from a perspective of being shackled to that self-perpetuating loops of suffering because they don't understand everything that we've talked about in this reading. If you're still here, it means that this is your reading. It means that you understand that everything is what you choose it to be. It's the never knowing what is the ultimate truth. It's how this life is designed. In the physical world, we'll never. We connect to that internal truth, right, of our soul, because our soul is what is the closest to source. So it is the closest to ultimate truths, but we never really know. This life is designed not to remember, to forget, because we want to explore. They're going to introduce a little bit of chaos into your life, a little bit of mental anguish, I'm hearing, but to restore balance like you've never knew before, okay? All right, I want to pull a couple of these for you because they're really positive. And maybe one of these, I already have my Valentine's thingy here. I wanted to put it like somewhere in the background, but I would have to pin it. I'm kind of just going to be looking at it. But I have some decoration for February as well that I'm going to be setting up through the weekend. Okay, I'm going to do one more, but let's do a couple of these. Message from your guides. What? I have two. You are about to shine. You're about to shine. I feel like this collective, you're going to thrive in the year of Fire Horse. They just... You guys know that I love highlighting this. To whom much is given, much is expected. And sometimes, there's so many people who claim to be, again, awakened and spiritual. They know better, they are better, they're right? Without them even knowing. And then... oh my God, I lost what I wanted to say and it was important. Help me out, come on. You're about to shine. It will come to me. Number 26, you're about to shine. I feel like you are reaching that moment. That's what I was saying. I feel like you are reaching this moment when... Yes, I understand. I'm sorry, thank you. To whom much is given, much is expected, right? So these spiritual teachers, they say that they're better. They've been doing this for years and here and there, but then they don't understand that if you are given certain gifts, certain activations, that you're supported, you're divinely guided, it also comes with responsibility to learn, to react better to your own emotion, to your own psyche, as you supposedly grow and expand, to be a better person, to give back. So to whom much is given, much is expected. It's a diamond formation under pressure. They want to turn you really into a diamond. They really want you to understand the meaning of life in this lifetime, so you can thrive, so you can give back, so you can help humanity effortlessly, like we've talked about this. And I feel you are about to shine. I feel like things are about to come into fruition, but it's this birth process that has to happen first. I don't feel for this collective it's going to be immediately as this year starts, but I feel like throughout spring, summer, it's if you follow the guidance, you really are about. We sometimes feel, again, it's the ego, when we hear about, it's like tomorrow. About means within 6 to 12 months. Okay, remember, for spirit, time doesn't matter. So I feel like there's an upgrade, there's an expansion, there's an ascension, but you need to understand that there is no ascending without descending, right? There is no experiencing lighter densities if you're afraid to and don't want to experience the denser densities, the lower vibration, right? You're about to shine. See beyond the past. See beyond the past. I feel like, because I'm looking at this reflection, you see like it's a black swan, and in the reflection it's sort of a light white swan. It's different. It's number 23. I'm hearing not just beyond the past, it's just beyond what's obvious, beyond the straight line. See beyond the mind. See the unseen. We never know, Okay. 2 more, and I want to do one from the have free. That's fine. Let's take it. Action lead to success, number 1. So in this deck, which is beautiful, we have keep trying, number 4. Keep trying. And we have you are more. I love this card, number 30. You are more. You are more. You are here to, again, this is the to whom much is given, much is expected. They will help you to fly high, but you need to learn to exist there. You need to understand that in order to fly high, you have to go down sometimes. Keep trying. There is no victory. There is no, again, end game. There is no, ain't no rest for the wicked, okay? We're not here to relax in a sense that people understand. We're here to experience all of life. But the journey of ascension, the journey of meaning of life, what they call spirituality and healing, is meant to give us enough remembrance to thrive in this experience. Okay? All right. Woo! Too many. Get out of town. There you go. Thank you. The womb. We have the womb. The womb would be important. Maybe you are, because remember we had womb worship, and then this analogy of birth and womb came to me. Maybe you work, somehow your path is connected to the circle of life. I'm hearing doula, maybe womb priestess. Maybe it's something that would resonate one day with your journey, the circle of life. I'm hearing death doula as well, which is very beautiful. People are so excited about birth, not so much about, dying, but it's really saying where we come from is where we're going. It doesn't matter. The siren, number 18. Let me find that. Got it. Awakened sensuality. Listen to this. When in light, awakened sensuality, absorption, arousal. When in dark, wickedness, betrayal, instability, adultery, wreckage. We talked about betrayal as well. If it's truly your collective, it somehow is gonna make sense. We have the womb, we have the betrayal. Maybe you have some shadows that link deeply to betrayal, but betrayal is I don't even want to say it. Maybe for some of you it will be linked to some trauma around your sacral and sexuality. Other interactions of the siren archetype include the nymph and the mermaid and the fairy. They often come in sets of three as trinity of temptation. Embodying the siren archetype requires that we explore things that are taboo. The siren laughs at conventions and constraints. She is the rules. And it ties into what I said to you. There's a reason, the thing that I didn't want to say, because some people are so sensitive, but like I cared. But for the right collective, it will have, truly people who really remember the meaning of life are not people who are like, oh my God, wars and atrocities of this world. It is what it is. We have to be the change. We have to make a change. We have to care and take action. But sitting and crying, it's not empathy. It's your own wounding, right? So and there's a reason it was coming to my mind, that, and then death. And whatever this society and this world deems taboo, I feel it may be part of your path for this collective to talk about these things, to help people switch and shift their mindset when we talk about death, when we talk about suffering, when we talk about experiences that this society deems as negative, right? Let's read through this. The temptress, the seducer, the femme fatale. The siren calls and the world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. We find ourselves lost in a spell of desire and longing, perhaps even lust. Whether the thing called to us is ultimately good or bad is somewhat irrelevant. Whether the thing calling to us is ultimately good or bad is somewhat irrelevant. It's the journey that matters. And the work of the siren is to take us on a deep psychic descent. Now, cut my legs off and call me Shorty. Didn't I say that? Wasn't this whole reading about this? Thank you. Thank you, Source and Kim Kranz. The work of the siren is to take us in a deep psychic descent. Following her song, we go down, down, down. Oh my God. To a place where lessons are learned and courage must be real to find our way back to dry land. Try as we might, resisting the call may not even be an option unless, like Odysseus, how do you pronounce this? We bind our hands to the mast of our ship. It's likely, though, that falling for her call is the only way we will come to live more fully on the surface. Do you understand? The whole reading, I should have just pulled this card and read this to you. The siren. Maybe that will show you a siren to explain this to you. Your mission ties to, and again, don't think about this, right, what you can do for others. Your mission as you is to really understand that we have to go down, down, down. We have to descend. We have to merge with our darkness. There is no taboo in human existence. There is no good and evil. Things just are. Things just are. It's the illusion of polarity. The light wouldn't exist without darkness. Right? The good wouldn't exist without the evil. It's the illusion of the separation again, because if everything was good, right? Imagine all what we deem evil is removed from this world. What was left would become neutral. And we cannot have that in this physical world. Obviously, we can make the difference a little bit milder, and manage it a little bit better, yes. But I'm amazed by this card. I'm amazed by this card. Your card of siren. You are the siren. You have to go down. You have the capacity to go down and to emerge back to the surface with the knowledge that you and others will need. This is what us healers really do. Not everyone has the capacity, and not everyone it will be relevant to go and embark on this journey. We go to places that are dense and sad and dark, parts of our psyche, parts of human nature, realms, dimensions, to see what we don't want to see, to come back wiser with certain understandings that we will then spread to this world to help humanity. I hope this was helpful. I loved reading your energy. It was a beautiful reading, and I'm excited for what's to come for this collective.